It is a traditional Christmas Eve dish with classic Italian roots. Here to show us how to make cioppino, we welcome back the Kitchen Killa, our friend Kiara Hardy.
Hey, Hannah.
So nice to see you.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
This is probably one of my favorite things to order in a restaurant.
Same.
But it seems intimidating to make at home.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
It's an actually fairly simple cook.
Okay.
There's a little bit of knife work, as you can see, quite a few
Yes.
components,
Yes.
right? The shopping might be a little
But
intimidating.
it's so worth it.
It's so worth
It's
it.
the best thing.
It is.
So let's talk about the tradition behind this dish.
Well, what I would say is that I love all different kinds of cultural
You always bring
holiday.
us different foods. I
You know
love
what
it.
I mean?
Yeah.
And one of my favorites is like the Feast of Seven Fishes.
Yes.
And so I love cioppino because it allows us to do 3 or 4 or 5 or all 7 fishes in
I
one,
love
right?
that so much.
So here's how we'll get started.
Okay.
And you'll see we have some shrimp and some halibut and clams here. But first is the building of the flavors. So here's some leeks that I sliced up. This is some fennel. And so this actually kind of gives us this Frenchy kind of vibe to
Yeah.
this Italian thing. But I love the flavors. And then if you are, not feeling all this knife work, you can always get some pre-cut
That's
onions,
true.
celery,
A little bit
carrots.
of a hack can help make things a little easier
Absolutely,
in the kitchen.
absolutely.
Okay.
And during the holidays, the stores kind of anticipate that you'll need a shortcut, so they have a lot of those things already prepped
Now
up.
that's smart. You're just helping yourself.
Absolutely.
And everyone who's going to eat at your house. So
Absolutely,
there you go. Okay.
absolutely. So we had fennel, we had leeks, we had onions, celery, and carrots in there.
Yum.
This is oregano. I think I would rub myself in oregano if I could. I put it in everything.
It's so good.
Some basil here,
Yum.
and then a little bit of parsley.
Okay.
We're gonna save some of that for later.
All right.
So then we just go with this. Again, this is not a hard thing. And once you get started, you kind of just stay on it.
Yeah.
And you want those herbs to start to be able to smell those herbs. That's when
Okay.
you know you've done what you're supposed
Yeah.
to do here. You want to smell your herbs, and you want to have your onions and your fennel soften up a little. You're not looking to get any color. You just want to soften so they
Okay.
start to sweat and add flavor.
Beautiful.
Then we'll add our garlic in there. And again, you want to start to smell the garlic.
That was a nice healthy portion. I like that.
Again.
Do not skimp on the garlic.
Oregano and
So
garlic.
good.
My best friends.
Oh, it's looking so beautiful.
Yeah, right? And so now we add in some tomato paste. A little bit of paste there.
Easy. It's always amazing how a little goes a long way with that stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then my favorite part to this is the white wine.
Okay.
So we add our white wine.
Sizzle, sizzle.
Sizzle, sizzle.
Yum.
And the cool part to this is, again, allowing your herbs and your aromatics to bloom inside that white wine and let that white wine reduce a little bit.
Okay.
This is when we start to season.
Okay.
So we'll season here.
Season as we go.
Season as we go, salt and pepper. And because we have so many herbs, you know how we have a tendency to use like dried Italian seasonings
Right.
and garlic and
Yes.
onion. You put all that fresh stuff in there, so you don't
Okay.
necessarily need it. So you keep it with your salt and pepper.
Keep it simple.
Yep. And then we'll have some seafood stock.
Yum.
Again,
gosh.
buy it in the store, guys. No need to
There you go.
No need to work hard this holiday season. Buy a good quality one. And then we let that reduce a bit too.
Okay.
Final steps here in terms of making our base is the crushed tomatoes. So depending on how you like your tomatoes in your cioppino, you can get those whole peeled tomatoes. You can get diced tomatoes. You can get crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
Because we have so much chunkiness in our veggies in here, I like the
Yes.
crushed tomatoes and I
Okay.
like to let it reduce. And then that way it's kind of brothy and soupy
Yeah.
versus super tomatoey like a lasagna soup or something like
That
that.
makes sense too, because there's still plenty of bites to kind of munch and crunch on.
Totally,
Okay.
totally. So
Oh my gosh.
in this stage is where you let it go. You just let
Okay.
it simmer. You let it go for, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You want your flavors to get to the point where you're happy with it.
Okay.
When that happens, that's when you add in your seafood, your shrimp, your fish, and your clams.
Because these cook pretty quickly.
2 minutes tops.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 minutes tops. And so you want to make sure this is absolutely perfect. You don't want to throw all that seafood in there and still be tasting and adding seasoning and
okay.
all those things, right? You let that reduce down. And now, here's we have
Wow.
a finished dish.
That looks so beautiful.
And so this one, again, I let reduce down about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then I tossed in my shrimp. And that cooked for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
And my fish. And I cut up my halibut in little chunks so
Okay.
it cooked at about the same time as my
Look
shrimp.
at that. Oh my gosh. This is like all my favorite things. And this is like, you're really going to impress your guests if you
for
serve
sure.
this up.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
And so we go here, and then that little bit of parsley that we reserved,
Oh.
and then some of those fennel prawns.
Oh my gosh.
We go right here, and to your right, there's a little spoon.
This seems unfair. All this for me?
Yes.
Where do I even begin? Because I want to get a little bite of everything.
Now the
look
cool
at that
part
shrimp.
about
Holy
this
cow.
is when you're making it for the holidays, I like to, the grocery stores are kind of crazy right now, but you can pre-order all your groceries,
That's true.
which I absolutely
true.
love. And even the folks at New Seasons are really, really good about having your stuff set aside.
Oh my gosh. That's just heaven. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I want in cold weather.
Yes. Every day. not
So
just the
delicious,
holidays.
so warm and cozy. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Same to you and your family.
You always keep us so well fed. Nice to see you.
My pleasure.
We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.